the one-handed backhand will soon become an obsolete stroke. And before we get into it here, I want to show you a great one-handed backhand here by Scott. He's at the far end. I'm at the near end here. And he did this great one-handed backhand down the line, topspin, pretty much for the winner here. And it is a beautiful shot. It's an amazing shot. You think of Roger Federer, right? It's an amazing, beautiful looking shot. But it's going to be an obsolete shot because why? Well, let's take a look at the history of this stroke. And if you go back to the 1950s and 60s, you don't see too many players with two-handed backhands, right? They're mostly one-handed backhand players because back then they really needed that reach, that maneuverability on that side. A lot of balls were hit low, and if you think about playing on grass, everything is super low, and you really need to retrieve the ball and slice that ball. Also, back then, there were a lot of volleying going on. There's a lot of serve and volleyers up until the 1990s, right? So a lot of people were playing net, and you really need to have that one-handed backhand because it's a good way of transitioning into that one-handed backhand volley, right? So us two-handed backhand players, it's somewhat awkward for us to transition into net to get into that one-handed backhand volley. But with one-handed backhand players, it's easier for them to get into net. Think about Pete Sampras, right? He had to change from a two-handed backhand to a one-handed backhand, and it worked out very well for him because he was a serve and volleyer. So, back then, it's about the volleying, about the net game, and also about the reach, the maneuverability. But if you take a look at today's game, right? If you take a look at the top 200 players on the men's side, there's only 17 players who have one-handed backhands. And the best player right now with that one-handed backhand is Tsitsipas, and he's doing okay. He's kind of struggling a little bit as of now, but he's doing okay. But there's several others like Dimitrov and Gasquet and Wawrinka. Some of these players are getting older and they're on their way out. And, there's not too many juniors out there, creeping up with one-handed backhand strokes. There's no explosion of one-handed backhand players out there. There's Shapovalov, but, he's kind of going down right now. But, you just don't see the one-handed backhand players too much anymore because in today's game, it's all about the topspin, the heavy topspin, the baseline, the strength, the power, the extended rallies. So it's just all about the baseline game. And with the one-handed backhand, it's a big liability. It's just there's not enough strength behind it. You're going to see that one-handed backhand become obsolete, at least in the singles professional game. Recreationally, I still think we'll see the one-handed backhand player out there. I don't think it will go completely obsolete. Because why? Well, a lot of recreational players still play doubles tennis, right? Doubles tennis is very popular recreationally. And in doubles, you really need to have a good net game. And I believe you need to serve and volley as well. So the net game is very relevant in doubles. And so that one-handed backhand is also very relevant. You need that one-handed backhand volley. It's just easier to transition into net with that one-handed backhand. So you'll still see it out there recreationally. Also in professional doubles tennis, I think you'll still see some one-handed backhand players out there. But, singles tennis, it's so influential, right? Everyone wants to be the best, wants to copy the best, right? They want to copy all the best juniors, college players. They want to copy whoever's in the top 10. And so today's game, it's all about having a good baseline game, having that strength on that backhand side, and that one-handed backhand is such a liability. So if you're a recreational player right now or a junior player, college player, you have to ask yourself, is that one-handed backhand working out for you? Are you the type of player that likes to rush into the net and, serve and volley and just do a lot of volleys out there, then yes, maybe that one-handed backhand can still work for you. But in today's game, if you want to grind it out, want to extend these rallies, want to have powerful baseline game, you're going to need that two-handed backhand. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.